there is still a high chance of an eruption. A sign that more magma needs to accumulate under Svartsengi than before, to trigger a new magma flow and even an eruption. The volume of magma under Svartsengi continues to increase, which could end up with a new magma flow and even an eruption. An eruption could start at very short notice, even less than 30 minutes. An eruption is most likely to occur in the area between Stora Skogfell and Hagafell. Latest changes in functionality. A sign that more magma needs to accumulate under Svartsengi than before, to trigger a new magma flow and even an eruption. There is now more uncertainty than before about the timing of the next magma flow and possible eruption. Note: as the weather worsens, the effectiveness of the National Weather Service's monitoring system decreases. This evening and tonight, the wind will increase with the upwelling of Reykjanes, and tomorrow we can expect a strong southeasterly wind with strong gusts. Therefore, it can be assumed that both the sensitivity of earthquake and real-time GPS monitoring by the Norwegian Meteorological Agency will decrease. The weather will also affect turbulence measurements and visual surveillance with web cameras. The weather is going down fast around midnight tomorrow night, March 15th. There is now more uncertainty than before about the possible timing of the next eruption. According to the latest deformation measurements and satellite data, magma accumulation under Svartsengi continues at a similar rate as before the magma flow on March 2nd. Model calculations based on that data confirm that the magma accumulation under Svartsengi is at the same place and depth as before. In connection with the eruptions on January 14th and February 8th and the magma flow on March 2nd, it has been shown in all cases that the total volume in the magma chamber under Svartsengi had to reach about 10 million cubic meters before magma flows into the Sun Nux crater series. The possible timing of the next eruption has been based on calculating the amount of magma that flows from the magma chamber under Svartsengi into the Sun Nux crater series each time and then how many days it will take to accumulate again in a comparable amount of magma under Svartsengi. In the magma flow on March 2nd, it is estimated that about 1.3 million cubic meters of magma moved from the magma collection area under Svartsengi to the Sun Nux crater series, which is much less than in previous magma flows in the last few months. Since then, it is estimated that about 4 million cubic meters of magma has been added under Svartsengi, but there has been no magma flow or eruption. This indicates that there may have been some change in the channel that the magma has traveled into the Sun Nux crater series. In light of this, there is now more uncertainty than before about how much magma must accumulate under Svartsengi to trigger a new magma flow and even an eruption. There is now more uncertainty than before about the timing of the next magma flow and possible eruption. It should be noted, however, that in the future there is the highest probability that the magma will flow into the Sun Nux crater series and then a possible eruption in the area between Stora Skogfell and Hagafell. Seismic activity northwest of Grindavik does not indicate that magma is on the move there. If the magma were to look elsewhere than the way it has crossed the Sun Nux crater series, for example west towards Eldvorp or south of Auburn, the precursor to a possible eruption in that area would be very intense earthquakes and deformation that would be clearly visible on measuring instruments and satellite images. There are no signs of that at this point. Quite a few small earthquakes, less than 1.5 in magnitude, have been recorded northwest of Grindavik in the last few days. See an overview picture below. The activity is mostly located within the fissure that formed on November 10th and is due to the effects of the landrise in Svartsengi and is not a sign that magma is on the move in this area. Source: IMO.